Dedicated to all those known or unknown, remembered or forgotten, who made GSMC, Gurdandas Sundardas Medical College, and KEM, the King Edward Memorial Hospital, what it is today. The class of 1974 presents Yesterday Once More, a musical to recall and be inspired by the story of the brilliant men and women who built the foundation of our college, GSMC, and KEM Hospital. It is a story of how a young man came to Bombay with nothing in his pocket and became a king of a textile market. And in sweet irony, the wealth of his heirs was used to build a hospital to serve mill workers in Girangaon Parel. It is a story of how illustrious lawmakers of Bombay worked together to build a medical college staffed by Indians and for Indians. It is a story of how leading doctors, too, took part in building a great city and a great nation. It is a story of innovation and architectural design, with a college built to last a century, and for performing a string of pioneering medical feats in the service of humankind. It is a story of how women fought for equal rights both on the global stage and admitting the first Indian female doctors. It is a story of a legacy that never turns away a patient, and that humanism will last, yes, and a clever fortune teller predicts these institutions will last more than a century. Ladies and gentlemen, we welcome you to Yesterday Once More. And as we celebrate our golden jubilee, when we first enter the portals of these twin institutions, we are filled with the deepest admiration, respect, and gratitude to those who paved our way in the science and art of healing.
I am King Edward VII, King of England and Emperor of India.
I am Queen Alexandra, Queen of England and Empress of India.
I am the Infanta Catherine of Braganza.
I am Mulji Jaita. I came from a village near Jamnagar. I made my fortune in the cotton trading markets of Bombay city. I travelled on a boat to arrive at the Bombay port.
I am Gurdandas Sundardas, grandson of Mulji Jaita. Our textiles are exported and transported by our own ships all over the world.
I am Dr. Kaikashru Nasarwanji Bahadurji.
I am D.N. Bahadurji, the first Advocate General of Bombay High Court.
I am Sir Narayan Ganesh Chandavarkar, the Vice Chancellor of the University of Bombay and a member of the bench of the Bombay High Court.
I am Firoz Shah Merwanji Mehta,
Barrister at Law at the Bombay High Court, President, Bombay Presidency, the Bombay Municipal Corporation, and one of the founders of the Indian National Congress.
I am Sachimanlal Harilal Setalwad,
Vice Chancellor of the University of Bombay and Barrister at Law of the Bombay High Court.
I am Dr. Jivraj Mehta, the founder of St. Gurdandas Sundardas Medical College and King Edward Memorial Hospital, Mumbai. I served in these institutions as their first dean for 17 years and founded over a dozen of medical colleges all over India, and also served as the first Chief Minister of Gujarat.
I am Professor Dr. Gopal Rao V. Deshmukh, the first Mayor of Bombay and the first President of the Indian Medical Association. I am the physician to Mahatma Gandhi, Tilak, Nehru, and Jinnah.
I am George Whitted.
I am Hansa Jivraj Mehta. I work with Mahatma Gandhi, and I was jailed for fighting for Indian independence. I am an activist for women's rights, and I am the Indian delegate on the UN Human Rights Commission.
I am Sir Leslie Orme Wilson, a Royal Marines officer, a member of the Conservative Party and Governor of Bombay.
I am a fortune teller. I see the Seth GS Medical College and the KM hospitals, protection from illness and from rain. I see them giving shelter to all from monsoons and also offering relief from pain. I see them keeping patients safe in buildings connected by a long corridor on a joyful campus filled with endless bliss and endless laughter.
It is the year 1415. Until the Portuguese can find some route to the east, the trade is going to be in the hands of glittering Venice. They must break up its supremacy. Portuguese ships are loaded with cannons that have a wondrous new invention, gunpowder. The Carrera de India traveled 24,000 miles, the longest voyage in European history. A way of life as immutable as the coming and going of the monsoon was about to vanish. A turning point in the history of the Indian Ocean had been reached. Fado song speaks of life, struggle, and passion. Fado songs were sung by Portuguese mariners as they embarked on long voyages. This feeling of longing is captured by the Portuguese word saudade, or longing, symbolizing a feeling of loss for their homeland and their family.
Do amor em Portugal ainda Coimbra onde me vês com lágrimas fez história de ser tão linda. Too soon I heard you say this dream is for a day. That's Portugal in love in April. And when the showers fell, those tears I know so well, they told me it was spring fooling me. Coimbra, Malishau, the song, tradition. O lenta ma consai o laur facular O libro ma mulher so passo quem souber e prende-se de si sausa.
The Infanta Catarina of Braganza was proposed as a bride of Charles II of England to cement a grand alliance between Portugal and England. Her taste for tea had caused a fad at the royal court. The reign of Charles II was also crucial in laying the foundations for the growth of the British tea trade.
I married King Charles II of England on 3rd July 1661. The island city of Mumbai was given by Portugal to England as part of my dowry, and thus Mumbai became part of the British Empire.
The government house, which was a Franciscan priory, was taken over in 1719, and it became the official home of the Governor of Bombay. The Prince of Wales, Prince Edward, later King Edward VII, was a son of Queen Victoria from 1841. He married the Princess Alexandra of Denmark. In 1875, he made an extensive tour to India. He arrived on the HMS Serapis on November 8, 1875, at Colaba. Guns fired in royal salute across many cities in India. The prince's carriage traveled through Bombay city. Every yard of the city, wrote one artist, had people with extraordinary dresses and effects of color. There was something supernatural about the long vistas winding down banks of variegated lights. The Prince of Wales arrived in Parel and hosted a reception on November 9, 1875.
I'm enjoying the royal visit to Bombay. Along with the Princess of Wales, when I become king, I will be called King Edward VII, King of England and Emperor of India. I promise to invest in health and the education of the people in India.
I believe that young women of India must be well educated, and I will work with Mons Stuart Elphinstone on this.
A royal ball was proclaimed to honor the Prince and Princess of Wales, Prince Edward. By the late 1800s, Bombay had a huge textile market in Kalbadevi, and the king of the textile trade was Mulji Jetha.
My family will give back to society. We have built temples and water fountains to feed the thirsty. I bless my family and hope they continue this tradition of making the world a better place.
You will be happy to know that this has become the largest textile market in Asia. My family has a tradition of philanthropy and has built the Dwarkadish monkey temple in Kalbadevi. We will always be philanthropists, and one day we'll make a hospital for mill workers who have toiled to make these wonderful textiles that we trade every day in newly named Mulji Jetha market. I make this prediction. The medical people trained there will be known not only in India but globally.
I am the first non-Britisher to be awarded an MD from the University College London and have worked with Dr. Robert Koch in Berlin. Hence, I know how to treat the diseases in Girangao Parel, where Koch's disease or tuberculosis is rampant in mill workers. I regret that my application to become a professor of clinical medicine and pharmacology at the Grant Medical College was rejected and awarded to someone much less qualified than me. We must fight this racial injustice and have a medical college staffed by Indians. The Indian medical service is full of British medical men who have taken this racist decision.
मुट्ठी में कुछ सपने लेकर भर कर जीवों में आशाएं, दिल में है अरमान यही कुछ कर जाएं। सूरज सा तेज नहीं मुझ में, दीपक सा जलता देखोगे। सूरज सा तेज नहीं मुझ में, दीपक सा जलता देखोगे। अपनी हद रोशन करने से तुम मुझको कब तक रोकोगे? तुम मुझको कब तक रोकोगे?
My brother's dream of making a medical college was not realized because of his untimely death in 1898. I will meet Mahatma Gandhi and convince him that my brother Trai Kushro Bahadurji's dream needs to come true.
যদি তোর ডাক শুনে কেউ না আসে তবে একলা চলো রে যদি তোর ডাক শুনে কেউ না আসে তবে একলা চলো
At the BMC building, 4 men are discussing the Bombay Municipal Corporation.
King George V had donated some land in memory of his father, King Edward. So I propose erecting a statue of King George V in front of the Bombay Municipal Corporation headquarters.
What business has the king to be placed in front of our prestigious corporation building?
Ganda thai gaya cho. Do you want your own statue to be placed instead?
Why not? I have served the city for 30 years. I also believe in the idea of full independence of India from Britain. We must also make our medical colleges fully staffed by learned Indian doctors.
Okay, Firoz. Tathastu. We shall erect a statue of Apada Firoz Bhai Mehta and hope it stays for another 100 years in all its imperious splendor.
We shall call a ferocious Feroz, who has also fought for Indian independence, the Lion of Bombay, as a tribute to the uncrowned King of Bombay.
Gentlemen, I urge you to read the writing of my late brother Trai Kushro Bahadurji in the British Medical Journal, wherein he had written, "There are few things getting the Indian medical service into greater disfavor than the assumption that one man is equal to any professorship that may happen to turn up at that time suitable to the favored individual. The idea on which appointments are made that an individual practicing in one specialty or a teacher of one subject can suddenly and miraculously be transformed into a professor of a totally another subject, that too with comparatively inferior knowledge, is, to say the least, preposterous."
Is this the reason Dr. K.N. Bahadurji, our highly qualified Indian doctor's appointment was rejected? And some doctor who is actually qualified in completely another field appointed instead? And that too simply because he was British. How can an expert in pharmacy suddenly teach surgery? It's an expertise that takes many years to acquire. We simply cannot let this happen.
Being the trustee of the funds in the arbitration dispute of the heirs of Mulji Jaita, I propose donating rupees 14.5 lakhs to implement the idea of Dr. Trai Kushro Bahadurji, that is, of making an Indian medical college staffed with Indian doctors.
Wonderful. Here's what our Dr. Bahadurji had suggested in the British Medical Journal dated July the 25th. And I quote, "College professors should be appointed on account of their academic qualifications alone and be selected from whatever quarter, including the military services, as well as the open profession of medicine. Surely this is not a native demand, but one only of merit."
Let us insert this clause when we give the donation of rupees 14.5 lakhs to form the Gordandas Sundardas Medical College. And the clause should read, "Teachers must be selected entirely on merit and must be Indian. We have to make a new India, modern in all the sciences."
तू बढ़ता चल तू बढ़ता चल
Having just returned from London after my degree and looking at the progress of the building work of Sri Govindas Sundardas Medical College, which was started in 1925, I must say it has come off beautifully. Thank you for appointing me the first Dean of GS Medical College.
In guiding the first appointments of the staff, I reiterate that the staff must be Indian. Mr. Arbuthnot depreciated the racial character of our clause of having only Indians on the staff. Hence, my friends, to subvert the same, the salaries being offered are so low that no European medical man will accept these appointments. We are doing it for the cause of a new India, self-sufficient in all the sciences.
The Corporation Resolution CR 6675 was approved. Research in medical education is fundamental, and we must raise enough funds for research. I suggest a radical departure from the usual teaching hospitals. The entire medical college will be housed in one large multi-storied building, and the hospital with the outpatient department in a separate building connected by long corridors. Staff and students can easily walk to both buildings, even in the monsoons.
Don't worry, I'm a British architect and designer of landmarks like the iconic Gateway of India and the Prince of Wales Museum. I will draw plans for the GSMC and KEM in the revivalist Indo-Saracenic style. This hospital will be the first of its kind, with an OPD inside the building.
I just met Mahatma Gandhi and Sarojini Naidu. I advocate for equality and justice for the women of India. I propose a charter of women's rights. Being vice chairman of the Human Rights Commission in the United Nations, I desire to change the language of the Universal Declaration of Human Rights from all men are born free and equal to all human beings are born free and equal. Hence, I insist that the first batch of students at GSMC must have women candidates too.
As the first batch of students will have women, I've designed a women's common room too.
This hospital was erected in memory of King Edward VII, King and Emperor of India, at the cost of rupees 4 million. This hospital was opened on 22nd January 1926 in the presence of Dr. Jivraj Mehta and George Whitted. What a fine plaque, gentlemen.
The Govindas Sundardas Medical College, affiliated to the University of Bombay, was erected in the memory of Seth Govindas Sundardas, whose executors contributed a handsome donation of rupees 14.5 lakhs towards the institution, which is completed and maintained by the Municipal Corporation of Bombay. This medical college will never turn away patients. It will be the first in many areas of medicine. Non-CBCed omnibus, not for oneself, but for all.
I read the future. I see you starting 12 more medical colleges. I see you becoming the chief minister of an as yet unformed state. Now, what else do I see? I see the Seth GS Medical College and the KM hospitals, protection from illness and from rain. I see them giving shelter to all from monsoons and also offering relief from pain. I see them keeping patients safe in buildings connected by a long corridor on a joyful campus filled with endless bliss and endless laughter. I see a place nearby. It's hazy. What is it? This just has to be an area both for serious study and very serious romance. The library. I see so many boys and girls exchanging glances filled with love, studying, yet conspiring as if they are totally hand in glove. Finally, what do I see? Finally, I see a teeming, bustling canteen where with cutting chai in 1974, an outstandingly brilliant batch enters and gets ready to fly. I see them balance study, sports, compassion in glorious unison. I see them traverse the world, serve humanity, and return home for a golden reunion.
Young medical students gather in anatomy halls for dissection. The perfume is overpowering. Many fall at a dead faint and leave the college. It's a tough test, a mountain to climb. Medical college is tough. Long hours and tomes to study. Gray's Anatomy is a huge boulder and the Latin words so difficult to remember. Manu Kothari is the iconic teacher of anatomy, and his colorful descriptions stay in the memory forever.
Parel became a mill district called Girangao. Girni means mill, Gao means village. Girangao, the mill village, was located over 600 acres in central Bombay and had 130 cotton textile mills, which contributed significantly to the prosperity and growth of Bombay during the latter 19th century, and for the transformation of Bombay into a major industrial metropolis. The workers of Girangao patronized arts like poetry, theatre, and dances like Lavani and Tamasha. All these art forms narrated the stories of their lifestyle and social and political upheavals, including the freedom struggle.
त्यानं घरी वाजले बारा मला जाऊ त्यानं घरी वाजले बारा मला जाऊ त्यानं घरी वाजले बारा मला जाऊ त्यानं घरी वाजले बारा
Since 1890, dressed in white outfits and traditional caps, the Mumbai army of 5,000 Dabbawalas, fulfilling the hunger of almost 200,000 Mumbaikars with home-cooked food that is lugged between home and office daily. For more than a century, the Dabbawalas have been a part of Mumbai.
भूख लगी जोरों की भूख लगी
डाक चांदनी चौधरी ढाबा यहाँ शोर शराबा आधा है नॉन वेज और वेज है आधा स्पष्ट कीजिए क्या है इरादा चाहिए नान या रोटी चाहिए नान या बोटी मंगा लो राम कसम कष्ट हो जाए थोड़ी बिरयानी बुखारी थोड़ी फिर नल्ली निहारी ले आओ आज धर्म भ्रष्ट हो जाए किचन से आवाज चिकन कुकड़ू तेरी भूख का इलाज चिकन कुकड़ू यही कहता है आज चिकन कुकड़ू तेरी भूख का इलाज चिकन कुकड़ू किचन से आवाज चिकन कुकड़ू तेरी भूख का इलाज चिकन कुकड़ू यही कहता है आज चिकन कुकड़ू तेरी भूख का इलाज चिकन कुकड़ू.
The second year begins with the study of preventive medicine and service in the villages, the dreaded rural term. A car crash and collision with a truck nearly upended my dreams. Or else language and culture impacts the students as they foray into the wards. Speaking to patients and taking histories, we watch the cases by the seniors, debate and other students on controversial subjects, like the treatment of hysteria. Is it fake or real? The college hostel games, cricket grounds, and trips to nearby hill station provide fun and games and lighten the spirit.
Has gone to Umar Gul. In fact, that's gone all the way. Good bend down on Umar Gul.
The library is a scene for romance and is a study of such difficult subjects. There is romance in the rain, sitting outside the college on the benches of Bhalani Book Depot and drinking cutting chai. Friendships are forged and romances abound, resulting in many classmates who have journeyed the medical adventure together.
दुनिया में दिल न लगाना, दिल दे के पड़ेगा पछताना। ये रूप के पुजारी, ये दिल लेने वाले, पहले पहले होते हैं बड़े भोले भाले। कलेजे को थाम पुकारेंगे नाम, तू ही है, तू ही है, तू ही तो है वो। ईना मीना डीका, ईना मीना डीका, डायडमनिका, डायडमनिका, माकाना कानाका, माकाना कानाका, पीका पीका रिका, पीका पीका रिका, ईना मीना डीका डीका डे डायडमनिका, माकाना का माकाना का, पीका पीका रोला रिका, राम पम पोम, राम पम पोम।
Good morning, Mumbai.
अय्या, तुझं नाव काय रे?
माय नेम माहिती नाही काय?
A young medical student is walking in the by-lanes of Parel. She sees a young girl paralyzed by polio from neck below. The little girl couldn't walk. Her legs were in calipers. She was troubled by that thought. The parents had been told that an evil spirit had entered the little girl's body and she would never walk again. Medical student gathered her friends and resolved to make a no polio zone in a 10-kilometer radius in Parel. It was a mill area and endemic for polio. Workers in the mill lands migrated from their village with their families, and the children were affected by polio. Thousands of children were affected by the virus, causing misery and suffering. One day, on the 11th of February, Mother Teresa came to the little polio treatment center, manned by the medical students. She wrote in the visitor's book, "Keep the joy of loving in the suffering children you serve, and then share this joy with all you meet. Remember, works of love are works of peace." God bless you, Mother Teresa. 10 years later, the no polio zone had been achieved. The numbers of children affected dropped from 25,000 a day to 0. Public health had triumphed. India's polio immunization efforts started some years later, and today there is a near elimination of the polio virus.
I have a dream, a song to sing, to help me cope with anything. If you see the wonder of a fairy tale, you can take the future, even if you fail. I believe in angels, something good in everything I see. I believe in angels when I know the time is right for me. I have a dream, a say I have a dream, a fantasy.
ऐ दिल है मुश्किल जीना यहाँ, जरा हट के जरा बच के, ये है बम्बे मेरी जान। हा हा हो ही हा हा।
There was a unique culture which shaped Mumbai at the turn of the 20th century by a great participation in festivals like Gokulashtami and Ganesh Chaturthi. The Maharashtrian dialects and culture are a powerful influence, and students take part in Lal Bagcha Ganpati Ganesh Festival in Mumbai. Mumbai's favorite deity is Lord Ganesh. The Ganesh procession in Parel is a tradition for more than a century and is home to one of the largest Ganesha idols during the Ganesh Utsav celebrations. Lal Bagcha Raja.
Namo Arihantanam, Namo
सिंदूर लाल चढ़ायो अच्छा गजमुख को, धुंदिल लाल विराजे सुत गौरी हर को, हाथ लिए गुड़ लड्डू साई सुरवर को, महिमा कहे न जाए लागत हूँ पद को। जय देव जय देव जय जी गणराज विद्या सुखदाता, धन्य तुम्हारो दर्शन मेरा मन रमता। जय देव जय देव
Shri Ganesha Deva 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 Shri Ganesha Deva
It is 2019 and the world suffers the COVID pandemic. GS Medical and KEM are at the center of the battle, and they hold together the national effort as well as help reduce the city's suffering.
It's a humbling experience to be inside this hospital.
तो भारतीय वायुसेना ने आज कोरोना वॉरियर्स दिवस मनाया और वॉरियर्स का हौसला बढ़ाने के लिए हेलीकॉप्टर से फूलों की बारिश हुई। मुंबई के KEM कस्तूरबा मेडिकल कॉलेज और JJ अस्पताल पर भी फूलों की वर्षा हुई है।
It is a public health moment in the history of the world. the national effort to educate vulnerable citizens, elderly, and those with chronic ill health are taken up by many in the class. The nightmare of COVID was faced by strength and resilience.
छोड़ दो आंचल ज़माना क्या कहेगा छोड़ दो आंचल ज़माना क्या कहेगा इन अदाओं का ज़माना भी है दीवाना दीवाना क्या कहेगा छोड़ दो आंचल ज़माना क्या कहेगा बाबूजी धीरे चलना प्यार में ज़रा संभलना बड़े धोखे हैं इस राह में बाबूजी धीरे चलना प्यार में जरा संभलना जिसे ना पहला प्यार भर के आंखों में खुमार जादू नगरी से आया है कोई जादूगर लेकर पहला पहला प्यार मेरा नाम चिन बाबा चिन रात चांदनी में और तू हेलो मिस्टर हाउ डू यू डू वाह 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 दीवाना हुआ बादल सावन की घटा छाई ये देख के दिल झूमा ली प्राण ने अंगड़ाई दीवाना हुआ बादल सावन की घटा छाई ये देख के दिल झूमा ली प्यार ने अंगड़ाई दीवाना हुआ बादल
Fast forward 50 years later. Today, many of the class of 74 have passed away, but their memories remain and will live forever. The class of 74 is recognized all over the world. Padma Awards, awards from foreign countries like the United Kingdom, the United States of America, France, distinguished alumnus, best teachers, etc. Continuing the legacy of teaching, continuous improvement, and seva or service to the community, not only in India, but globally.
सड़कों पे चले जब लड़कों के दिलों में तू आग लगा दे बेबी फायर नकली से न करे तू करे जब देखे हमें झूठी लायर
That ice cold Michelle fight for that white gold. This one for them hood girls, them good girls, straight styling, wildin', living it up in the city. Got Chuck's on with Saint Laurent, gotta kiss myself, so pretty. Tenu kaala jachma jachda hai, jachda hai kure mukde pe. Tenu kaala jachma jachda hai, jachda hai kure mukde pe. Tenu kaala jachma jachda hai, jachda hai kure mukde pe. जो जुबान मेरी जान उसमें मर मिट जाए मैं जो पठान मेरी जान महफिल ही लुट जाए जो जुबान मेरी जान उस पे मर मिट जाए मैं जो पठान मेरी जान महफिल ही लुट जाए जो जुबान मेरी जान उस पे मर मिट जाए
Gosh, you're doing that thing.
feeling the drum, boom, boom, bass in the thumb, boom, boom, shake it like that, shake it boom, feeling the drum, boom, boom, bass in the thumb, boom, boom, shake it like that. यार बहन के इतना से बर कहना, तेज हवा से बच के रहना, गिर जाए तो फिर ना कहना, झुमका गिरा दे।
What झुमका?
झुमका गिरा रे, बरेली के बाजार में, झुमका गिरा रे, बरेली के बाजार में, झुमका गिरा, झुमका गिरा, झुमका गिरा, झुमका गिरा रे, बरेली के बाजार में, झुमका गिरा रे।
What झुमका?
Such a hot throw, such a hot throw, such a hot throw, such a hot throw. ऐना का पर कबरू कितना, मैं कैसा नौवा गुड़ गाऊं ता गोरा चिट्टा। बात तो देखो, लगता है जैसे प्राड़ा गुच्ची ने मिलके पुत्र पैदा किया। कद 6 फुट जी, look too good जी। ओ इस पैकेज पे हो जाती है कुड़ियों की नीयत खराब जी। Such a hot top जी, such a hot top जी, बाबांडी मुंडा लाजवाब जी, ओ such a hot top जी।
Dance the night away. My heart could be burning, but you won't see it on my face.
पहन के जोड़ा लाल कलर का तूने मचाया खूब तहलका। बाय गॉड तू लगती है जैसे स्विमिंग पूल में फूल कमल का। चल दिखा जरा जो तेरा डांस मूव है, सुन जरा मस्त ग्रूव है, मामला फूल प्रूफ है। सोनिए दिल पे गिरी एक जोर की बिजली, लौंग का तेरे जब लिश्कारा। चमका चमका चमका, शो मी द चमका, show me the chumka, इस रात का है अपना मजा, आ यार मस्ती में तू झूम जा। बैठा है क्या सीटी बजा, लुंगी पकड़ के जरा घूम जा।
ये डांस तेरा देख देख झटके लगे तेज तेज, दिल सबका धक धक करे।
रंट लगा रे, मैं नाचा तो सबको करंट लगा रे। रंट लगा रे, मैं नाचा तो सबको करंट लगा रे। झुमका मेरा एक्सीलेंट लगा रे, मैं नाचा तो सबको करंट लगा रे। धड़पन रंगा रे, धड़कन रंगा रे, तन मन गंगा रे, जिंदा बंदा हो। तन मन गंगा रे, जिंदा बंदा हो। నా పాట చూడు, నా పాట చూడు, నా పాట చూడు, నాటు 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 వీర నాటు, నాటు 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 ఊర నాటు, నాటు 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 పచ్చి మిరపలాగా పిచ్చ నాటు, నాటు 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 పిచ్చు కత్తిలాగా వెర్రి నాటు.
मुस्कुराहट को, हाय 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 हाय, जाने दो दिल से चले जाने दो, कह दो घबराहट को, बाय 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 बाय। लव यू जिंदगी, लव यू जिंदगी, लव यू जिंदगी, लव मी जिंदगी। कभी हाथ पकड़ के तू मेरा चल दे, कभी हाथ छुड़ा के मैं तेरा चल दूं। मैं थोड़ी सी बूढ़ी हूँ, तू थोड़ी सी टेढ़ी है, क्या खूबी है जोड़ी है तेरी मेरी। आने दो दिल में आ जाने दो, कह दो मुस्कुराहट को, हाय 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 हाय, जाने दो दिल से चले जाने दो, कह दो घबराहट को, बाय 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 बाय।
Everybody!
लव यू जिंदगी, लव यू जिंदगी, लव यू जिंदगी, लव मी जिंदगी। कहते थे लोग जो काबिल नहीं है तू, देंगे वही सलामियाँ, करके दिखा कमाल वो, आके ज़मीं पे दे के जाए आसमां। शाबाशियाँ